Hang on to your hats, top 10 nerd fans. We have a history lesson for you and it may change everything you think you know. Also, before we get started, if you're interested in checking out the new Venom number 4, I'm giving you a spoiler alert right now. You have been warned. With that, let's get started, shall we? With the release of Venom number 4, we finally have the long secret origin story of the symbiotes. The symbiotes were created as living weapons by Knull, also known as the god of the symbiotes. In the original origin story, we knew the symbiotes to be a race called the Clintar, who were a peaceful race that saw the birth of the Venom symbiote who enters into a bloodthirsty rage while away from his home planet. That is, until the symbiote was cured by one Brian Michael Bendis in the Guardians of the Galaxy series. Even though this history was a staple throughout time, it doesn't eliminate the backstory, more so reveals that the history of the symbiotes is much deeper than we realized. In the new Venom comic book, Eddie Brock is told of the origin of his species by Knull, and in the beginning there was nothing. But soon the Celestials were born, bringing life and creation into the universe for the very first time. This angered Knull because the Big Bang woke him up really like an annoying alarm clock, and like me on a Saturday, he quite enjoyed the original state of his world being that of darkness and abyss. And to counteract these new gods, Knull created the symbiotes in the form of a living sword that he then used to decapitate a few of the Celestials. I mean, I would have just pulled the sheets over my head, but to each their own, I guess. And I also guess that's why I'm not the god of the symbiotes, but anyways. The sword was called the Necro Sword, or the All Black, and the sword was forged within one of the severed Celestials' heads, which is just gnarly when you really think about it. And within the head, he created the sword using the head's inner fires. The birth of this symbiote sword is also what gave birth to the symbiote's biggest weaknesses, fire and sound. The sword was also a gift given to Gore, the God Butcher, that he used to go on a killing spree. Nice little gift for him. The first generation of symbiotes came from Knull's defeat when he realized that he could shape his darkness into what he referred to as lesser creatures. Using his hive mind, he could control them and become a god in his own right. These lesser creatures were actually freed from Knull and his dark control when Thor attacked the god of the symbiotes with Odinson's lightning. Following this attack, the parasites that are symbiotes began bonding with hosts and consuming their personalities and their memories. This created a vacuum of power where the symbiotes would then begin their own civilization on a world they called Clintar, which is actually an ancient symbiote word for cage. Didn't know at the time was that Knull had been held captive as a prisoner on the planet. After realizing they didn't need him as a god to survive, they put him right in the Clintar. With the reveal of what Clintar actually means, this sparks a whole new perspective on the symbiotes and their origin story. With Knull now planning to escape and destroy all that is light in the universe, starting of course with Earth, yikes. That has been the history of the symbiotes as we know it, bearing in mind that this is the history as we know it. And don't forget to pick up your copy of the new Venom number 4 released by Marvel just to get the full story of the symbiotes. I mean, it'll really go into detail about everything. It's great. Let us know in the comments what you think about this new origin story and hit the playlist on the screen for more videos like this one. As always, we love when you subscribe, so make sure you hit that subscribe button because you'll love it too. You'll be updated with all of our newest videos. Make sure you hit that like button while you're here and just give us a thumbs up, you know? Just a little, can you just one thumbs up? No thumbs down. Just a thumbs up. Anyways, from Top 10 Nerd, I've been Johnny Rogers. Until next time, take care.